Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the inconvenience, but we are here at short qualifying. We had a couple of issues, software related and whatnot. We are going to watch short qualifying. Let's see what the teams are doing. Let's see what the drivers are doing. We will definitely be joining in halfway through short qualifying. Incredibly sorry for the inconvenience. Let's watch. And we are on the McLaren of Sicknig, and he's on his outlap. What better way to start off qualifying, huh? Let's just quickly switch through the possible options and the stuff we can see. Telemetry, Emil. And we are on with Sicknig. Let's just do this. Okay, they're all scrambling. 2.5 minutes only left for qualifying, short qualifying. So what happens here is drivers come out, try and set the fastest timed lap they can. Outlap first and then the fastest timed lap. Let's take a look at another driver. Gouts, he's new. He's behind the Mercedes AMG. Let's see how he's doing. Let's take a closer look. Pushing it. He's got damage already. And P11 is what he's holding on to. And he's on his fast lap right now. Yep. Let's take a look up the grid. Let's go on to KDB. He's on top. He's cruising. He's on his outlap. 122.654 is the time to beat. KDB in provisional pole, Big Man Joe in P2, Rusty Nish in P3, KDB's teammate Thunderbird in P4. That's a good position for the Alfa Romeo racing team. Drunken Monkey in the racing point at P5, Sri Watson not too far behind his teammate Rusty Nish in P6. He pushed real hard. KDB on the outlap, he's pushing real hard. Good stuff. Let's take a look. Oh, heating up the tires. Rusty Nish is getting prepared. He is getting prepared to put in a lap which could possibly earn him pole. Let's see. Less than a minute now for qualifying to end. Oh, he's slowing down. He's trying to heat up the tires. Heating up the tires. Super crucial. Make sure the tires stick to the track. Faster lap. Beautiful times can be set if the tires are as hot as required. Let's take a look. Rusty Nish going through the main straight. He's off. He's going straight into the first corner. He goes. Perfect corners. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at Thunderbird in the Alfa Romeo. Beautiful cornering. He's gonna fight for a top 3 position for sure. The ideal position. Let's move on to the back of the grid. Let's see what's happening there. Vix 356 cruising. Ooh, Rocket Man. Issue. He's pushing, he's trying to get a lap set in. Führer slowing down. Sicknig. This is timed lap. Sicknig holds on to P12. Everybody's finishing their time lap. Let's take a look. Rusty Nish. This is supposed to be a time lap. Big Man Joe zipping through the circuit. KDB in the last corner. Clearly, will this be a time to beat? 122.654. He's going to hold on to that. Big Man Joe. Ooh, he's got issues. Ooh, revs. Those revs are too high. Definitely issues for Big Man Joe. Will he make it into pole? Nope, he does not. P2 it is. Rusty Nish is the only one who could fight for pole right now. Can he? Oh no, he's into the pits. It's over. It's all over. KDB takes pole in Australia. The first race of the Bwoah Racing League. Big Man Joe in P2. Rusty Nish in P3. Thunderbird in P4. He's trying to set an even better lap. So yeah, there's a chance. There's a chance for him to move up the grid for sure. Can Rusty Nish Racing, yeah, he's done. Racing is done. Drunken Monkey's done. Mr. Wex trying to put in one last lap. Ooh, he's got issues. Rocket Man behind KDB. They're all cruising. Furo trying to put in the best lap. And that's a lap. Beautifully defended. KDB is on pole, followed by Big Man Joe and Rusty Nation in P3. We have Alfa Romeo in P1. We've got Renault in P2 and Rusty Nation, the Ferrari, in P3. Alfa Romeo's got the P4 spot as well. So it's going to be an interesting day for sure for the Alfa Romeo racing team. Let's take a look. Those of you watching, joining us right now, we just finished up with our qualifying format. Qualifying is when drivers come out, they set in their lap times, fastest ones in front, and in descending order. That's the grid placement right there. Now we're on to the race. This is the Australian GP of the Bwoah Racing League. Everybody's getting ready. The pits, they got to decide on strategy. There are going to be 2 strategies to choose from. It's going to be amazing. Let's take a look. Cygnus Raghavan's already ready. He's set to go. He's ready. In the Mercedes AMG, everybody's prepping. Everybody's getting ready. Their mindsets have to be in perfect alignment for placing the car on the track, executing through the corners wonderfully to make sure they're in front of their competitors. Give us your predictions. So right now, Rocket Man is still yet to get ready. There's KDB in P1, Big Man Joe in P2, and Rusty Nation P3. It is the Bwoah Racing League Australian GP. Lights off, and away we go. And they're off. Racing Point having an issue. Renault off. The Renault's off track. First corner. Takes it. Big Man Joe in the lead. KDB falls to P2. Huge mix up in the grid. Huge mix up. Everyone's dropping positions, gaining positions. It's a fight. KDB and Big Man Joe. Drunken Monkeys climbed up significantly up into P3. Let's go. Let's move down. Let's see what's happening with the midfield. Vix 356. Everyone's super close. Oh, the back markers. The back markers are incredibly close. This is Rocket Man. He's in P11, while his teammates in P1. They're super close. Oh, he goes off. He might lose a position right now. Srivatsan in P12. And they almost touched. Mercedes AMG almost touches Alfa Romeo. And Renault had a bit of a nudge then with Scuderia Ferrari. I think that was Rocket Man and Srivatsan 10. Let's go. D Avocado in the Red Bull P13. He's trying to catch up with that Ferrari with Sethuram and Srivatsan 10. Cygnus Raghavan at the back of the grid P14. Gouts in P15. Both the Mercedes off their pace. Mr. Wex has fallen to the back of the grid. All the way from the midfield to the back of the grid. Let's take a closer look. Pretty sure he touched a lot of the other cars in the beginning, in the start of the race. Big Man Joe comfortably took the lead. Incredible stuff for him. Like I said, first corner, you never know what's going to happen. Let's take a look at KDB and Big Man Joe going at it. But guys, this is Formula 1. This is anything's possible. Strategy is key. So if KDB uses the appropriate strategy to put himself in front of Big Man Joe, probably undercut or overcut him, we will see how it goes. Let's take a wider look. Them coming through the corner, perfectly executing it. Perfectly. Rusty Initials pushing hard. He's got the pace. He's gonna dive. He's gonna dive soon for sure. Let's take a closer look. Oh, he lost pace there in that corner. Drunken Monkeys pulled away. I think KDB and Big Man Joe are closer than ever right now. Yep. They're going to continue to try and maintain their positions. Of course, KDB would like to be in front of Big Man Joe. Let's go down the grid. Let's see what Sicknick is up to. Sicknick's got Furo in front. Furo, his teammate. Both the McLarens in P7 and P8. Vix 356 in the Racing Point, right almost on the tail of Sethuram C. Goes around the outside. Will they touch? No, they do not touch. Sethuram C18 takes Oh, it's wheel to wheel with them. Sethuram C18 clutching for his position. Vix 356 super close. That was some good stuff. They're off into the last corner. 3 laps done. Come in. Vix 356 is going to try and get the slipstream on Sethuram C18. He's trying. Will he get it? Nope. Sethuram C's positioning his car pretty well, but he's kind of losing it as well. Or they're wheel to wheel again. Let's take a closer look. They're wheel to wheel almost into the corner. Will they touch? Ooh. Was forced to go off. Kind of. Oh, they touch again. They touch for sure. He's off. He's off. Vix 356 into the wall. He reset himself. That's going to incur a penalty for sure. He reset himself. That's not allowed in the Bwoah Racing League. Ooh, he messed with Thor's lap as well. Thor's pushing a bit of a tiff there with Vix 356. He's going to try and go ahead of Vix 356 for sure. Right up in the front of the grid. The positions seem the same. Sethuram C18 and P5. He's going to desperately try and get in front of Drunken Monkey. This is the Bwoah Racing League in the Australian GP. Let's go down to D Avocado. What's he up to? Red Bull. The Red Bull steaming. Sickness Raghavan in the back. Rocketman made up a few places. Gouts in P15. He's alone. He had no one in front of him. KDB just set the fastest lap with 1 minute 27.688. Let's take a closer look. Let's see what's up. Let's get a little more data into the mix. Yeah. Let's look at the tires, tops, position change. Let's take a closer look at Thunderbird, who's currently at P16. Still way off. Let's go where the action is probably. KDB in front. Huge gap to Big Man Joe. 4.357 is the difference. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what Big Man Joe's up to. He's got Rustinish on his tail almost. He's got Rustinish on his tail. Let's get on. Let's see. So the driver who's made up the most places after 4 laps is Thor. So let's go down to Thor. He's made up 8 places, which is wonderful for him. I'm pretty sure his competitors won't be too happy about that. Oh, his revs are too high. He's either having an issue or we have an issue in the stream. Let's take a look. See what's happening. Oh, his revs, he's definitely going to pit soon. He might. But he's made significant improvement in this lap. Rusty Nish just went up to P2. Big Man Joe just dropped. He just dropped to P4. And he's off into the pits. There was an incident. There's an incident we missed, unfortunately. But Big Man Joe into the pits. He's going to slow down to pit speed. Into the pits. He's changing tires. This could mean a possible change in the whole podium. Let's take a look. Big Man Joe's down to P11. He has to make considerable moves to make sure he's back where he belonged. He was leading the race at one point. Big Man Joe. Super unfortunate. Wish we got that incident. Definitely going to be reviewed by the stewards. For sure, Vix 356 resetting himself onto the track. Not allowed. Definitely going to be inquired by the stewards as well. Let's take a look at Sikinig. Considerable advantage here too. 7 places up the grid. Incredible. He is flying. Sikinig is flying. Drunken Monkey dropped a place. Sethuram C18 goes up to P3. Drunken Monkey lost. Went off track there. Ooh, super unfortunate. Let's take a look. He's gonna get passed right now by Sicknig. Yep, Sicknig goes off. He's touched Drunken Monkey. He goes off. They're blocking. Vix 356 trying to get over. Drunken Monkey has issues. He is nursing the car back to the pits. This is incredible. Thor is gonna move up a place for sure. Drunken Monkey has issues with his teammate. He doesn't go back in the pits. Drunken Monkey is trying his best to push the car another lap. He doesn't go back into the pits. He's trying his best to get a hold of the car in a sense. Drop your messages on chat. Tell us what you think of the carnage so far. Absolutely incredible. KDB lost his pole position and got it back instantly, his race lead, sorry. And Rusty Nish up into P2. Big Man Joe all the way back into P11. We are right now with Drunken Monkey, who had considerable damage, considerable issues in the previous turns. Big Man Joe P11, he's probably gonna get passed by D Avocado right now. If D Avocado can place himself perfectly. Oh no, he's on the roll. He's on the roll. Ooh, D Avocado off. He lost it in the turn back there. Let's take a closer look. He's pushing. Let's go to the back markers. Let's see what's happening. KDB is currently in the race lead, but he's not a back marker. Let's go to Mr. Wex. What's up, Mr. Wex? What's happening right there? Okay, he's coming on the main straight. He dropped 8 places, super unfortunate. Thunderbird all the way from P4. He's dropped down to P16, which is another unfortunate incident for one of the drivers. What is happening? Mr. Wex is 33 seconds off the race leader. That's just not good. That's never going to be good. Let's take a close look at a couple of things. Yep. We got... Okay, a couple of drivers made stops already. Mr. Wex has made 2 stops. Let's take a closer look at our race leader, KDB. We're pushing. 29 lap race, 7 laps up. Big Man Joe's dropped all the way back to P11 and now he's back into P9. He's already made a single stop. Most of the grid from P1 to P8 still haven't made their stop yet. That's going to be interesting to see how they're going to position themselves. Ooh, he slid a bit. KDB slid a bit. His back kind of kicked off back there. But he didn't lose the car into the gravel. He made sure he was on track. Let's take a wider look. Another thing would be Sethuram C18. What a drive, huh? He's up into P3. He's up into P3. I don't think even he expected that. Oh, someone with the blur car, someone's lost connection, and it's one of the Mercedes. KDB on board with KDB, and he is at it. Let's go down to Rusty Nish. What are you up to? He is driving that Scarlet Ferrari in the best possible way. Yep, perfect turn. Sethuram C18. This guy could be the wild card in this race. This guy could actually have a podium position at the end of this race. But let's not get way ahead of ourselves. Ooh, someone's dropping that. UK who's AI. UK's AI. Drunken Monkey has issues again. He's dropping considerably. Let's quickly go down to him. Oh, he's into pits. He's into the pits. That's sensible, to be honest, because I didn't see him go into pits when he had major issues. He dropped a bunch of places to his teammate. He touched his teammate. He touched another one of their drivers, one of the Red Bulls, in fact. They had shunts all over the place. Super disappointing. I think that's KDB at the back, if I'm not wrong, or it could be Thunderbird. Drunken Monkey out of the pits. P14. He's got considerable positions to climb. Let's see how it goes. Let's move on to the middle of the grid. Let's see where the action is. Gouts is up to P10, which is perfect. He kind of grazed the wall back there. Big Man Joe gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Let's see what's happening with him, huh? What's up? What's up, Big Man Joe? What is happening with you? He is throttling away to glory. Perfect corners. From the race leader, huge gaps. So KDB just lost the position because he went in the pits. Could Rusty Nish hold the race lead? Sethuram C also moves in front of KDB. KDB in the pits while we are here on with Big Man Joe. Cutting through the corners perfectly. Out of the last corner into the main straight. Let's see Vix 356 into the pits as well. Okay, what looks like a couple of them could be on 2 stops. Yep, I think most of the grid, there's a huge chance. They all came out, they were in softs, they tried to put their cars in the best possible position to come out, possibly in the longevity of the race, finish in a beautiful position. Let's look at their tires. Let's look at what kind of tires they have on right now, because most of the grid just pit. So tires, okay, the front runners, Rashid Nish, Seth Ramsey, are both on the softs. KDB's on the hard. He's gonna go for a long stint. Okay, KDB's in with the hard tires. He could be a possible podium finisher. You never know. It's racing. Sick Nig took advantage of everyone pitting, and he's up into P4. But his tires have worn out for 8 laps. He's on the medium, so he is going to go considerably through the race. So for those of you who don't know much about Formula 1, there are soft, there are mediums, and there are hards. And softer the tire, quicker the race pace. So those like KDB, who's at hard and got the jump, and Setu Ramsey, who's gone into the pits. KDB up into P2. Yep, he's going to take the race lead for sure. We're here with Thor, who's into the pit as well. Let's move up the grid. Let's take a look at KDB. He is on the hard tires. Like I was saying, the hard tires is for a longer stint. He will be on track for a longer time, whereas the other drivers will for sure, most likely, go into the pits and have a switch. But then again, it's racing. Anything's possible. Rusty Nish, race leader, steaming away with a 15-second gap to KDB. Nothing to worry about for now. Just for now. Because his tires are going to worn out. His tires will degrade. There is any chance, if there is any chance of KDB climbing up into the race lead, it is when Rusty Nish pits. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's go down. P4, Big Man Joe's climbed up. He's perfected the strategy. He is also on the hards, just like Setu Ramsey right behind him, as well as KDB, who's up into P2. Sicknig in the mediums. He is going to pit eventually. Let's take a look down the grid, even more the back markers. Let's see what's happening. Drunken Monkey, an unfortunate race so far in 10 laps into the race. Ooh, he's got glitches. That was unfortunate. There's a Mercedes there who's disconnected. Cygnus Raghavan is possibly the AI-driven Mercedes. Gouts, his teammate, is up in a P12. He did stop. Let's take a look. He did stop. Yes, one stop. Those who haven't stopped are Sicknig as well as UK, UK is the AI, so let's not care about that much. The Avocado as well. He hasn't. Oh, okay. I'm guessing that's Daniel Avocado. That's a good prick. Let's take a look. Oh, Mr. Wex, DNF. What happened there? Unfortunate we missed it. Mr. Wex, 2 stops. This race wasn't really going on for him. Hopefully he joins us here in the commentary section. Maybe chat with him a little bit. Mr. Wex on the grid right there, as we saw through Cygnus Raghavan AI's cam. The Avocado into the pits. Switches. Let's take a look which tire he's got on. Hards. He's got an issue. Okay, he changes his front wing as well. Hards. He's got hards on. A lot of the drivers on the hard tire. They're going to go on for longer stints for sure. We got Vix356 who's on the soft tire. Probably done only a single stop. Yes, he is going to do his best to go up the grid. Rusty Nish has dropped down to P3. Let's take a look at where he's at. What is happening? He's got repairs, got issues. He's eventually gonna for sure pit. He's made his pit stop. Oh, okay. He dropped down the grid. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. He dropped down the grid because he made the pit stop. Sick Nig in the McLaren, who was a midfield competitor, up into P2. And that's only because he's on a particular strategy that hasn't prompted him to pit yet. So incredible things happening here at the Bwoah Racing League Australian GP. If you're tuning in, drop in the chat. Tell us what you feel about it. Tell us who you're rooting for, who you're here for. Give us an idea who is the person you'd like to see on the podium preferably on top of the podium. Currently we have a DNF who is Mr. Vex in the Toro Rosso. Unfortunate for him, the whole race ever since the start hasn't been great for him. Viable DNF, sensible one. I mean, don't think he had a choice back there. He already had made 2 stops. Certain Gouts, Cygnus Raghavan, who's the AI, D'Avocado. Gouts and D'Avocado more than a minute off the race leader. Not the ideal. Rusty Nish made the pit stop, single stop, and he is back into P2. He gets the jump on Sicknig. I'm guessing Sicknig's tires. Oh, Sicknig, oh, they're fighting. Let's take a look. Sicknig and Rusty Nish are at it. I thought Sicknig's gonna go into the pits, because considering I'm pretty sure his tires are degrading and he's on the softs, so he'll have to. 3-second time penalty for KDB. That's unfortunate. That's gonna affect for sure. Take a look at the tires. Hard tires, Sicknig. Rusty Nish came out with the mediums. Okay, he could have the jump on KDB, but if his tires degrade along the race, he's gonna have to pit again. It's all about nursing the drive. Drunken Monkey is picking up the pace. He's back into P9. We're on board with... Okay, a Red Bull's just disconnected. There's issues with a Red Bull. And he's off. KDB is on it. Rusty Nish in P2. Sicknig coming off the corner. Really close to Rusty Nish. Let's take a look at Rocket Man. Rocket Man climbed up the grid pretty well. He's up in a P6. Let's take a look at his strategy. Stops, 1 stop only. They're gonna, trust me ladies and gentlemen, they're gonna go right back into the pits soon for sure. I'm expecting this to happen, especially the ones with the medium and soft tires. Let's take a look at who's who. Let's go down the grid. Vix 356. Unfortunate shunt with his teammate who has had a bad day but is trying to recoup. Drunken Monkey. Oh, Sri Watson right there with his teammate who's a front runner. You'd expect Sri Watson to fight real harder, try to climb up. He's doing his best. He's pushing hard. Number 29, car number 29. Let's take a look at Thunderbird. Oh, close. Fura and UK's AI. Unfortunately, UK couldn't be with us here today since he has an eye checkup to attend. Eye checkup. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter if you're playing, if it's esports or real F1, if your eyesight is messed up, you can't race. And that's that Thor had considerably gained positions in the first few laps, almost 10 positions, and he was in the top 5 until he dropped back down because of his pit stop. But he is on medium tires, so we could see him climb potentially. Let's go up the grid. Let's see what Big Man Joe is up to. He's up in a P4. He's on the hard tires, so we could see him zip into the podium positions eventually. Take a better look. Anyone behind him? Nope. He's got a significant gap of over 6 seconds to Sesuram C18, so he shouldn't be an issue, at least now. Sicknig, midfield competitor, 13 laps into his medium tires. Let's see how many stops he's made. Sicknig still not made a stop, folks. Still not made a stop. And he is in P3 and he gets overtaken. He gets overtaken right in front of us. Complete advantage for Big Man Joe. Takes Sicknig's position of P3, goes into the podium positions where he probably belongs. Let's take a look at Sicknig. Let's see what's happening with him. DRS enabled, full power, pushing hard. He's the only driver on grid to have not pitted yet. He's running on medium tires. I thought it was soft. He hasn't made a pit stop. Started off with the medium. He's in a different strategy completely. Let's see where it takes him. And the front runners, KDB, Rusty Nish, Big Man Joe, considerable 8-second gaps between the three. Let's go down to the midfield where Vix 356 is into the pit. He's coming out of the pits. He's gonna meet probably Fura. Yes, I was right. Fura is coming on the main straight and he gets a jump on Vix 356. Thunderbird in P9. Fura, ooh, he went off a bit. Vix 356 on Fura's tail. He'll want his position back. He's pushing real hard. He's gonna get a jump on him. Let's see. Ooh, no. Did they shunt? Oh, he went off. He went off. Fura went off. Vix 356, wheel to wheel. Both of them touch. And Vix 356 takes what he thinks he deserves. P10. Fura almost got a jump on him. Maybe, probably considering Vix is on a fresher tire, definitely that matters. He's on the mediums, Fura on the hards. Even though Vix has made 2 stops, it's gonna have a considerable difference. Gouts went up to P12. UK's AI, let's not even talk about that. Cygnus Dragon's AI. D Avocado and Thor. We don't know what's happening with the Red Bulls in the back. Let's take a look. Big Man Joe's currently P3. Gaps becoming larger in the front. Both the Red Bulls at the back of the field. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Let's go up the grid. See what's happening with the folks. Oh, close. Drunken Monkey and Sri Watson 10 are close. Drunken Monkey is going to try and get the jump on him. And right behind them, Sick Nick, who has pitted, ladies and gentlemen. Has he? No, he hasn't pitted yet. Oh, he has. He has switched back into a new set of medium tires. Okay. He's on a different kind of strategy. He wants to stick by the mediums throughout the race. We are on board. Drunken Monkey, who's on the tail of Sri Watson 10. Ooh, and he's going to try through the inside. Let's take a closer look. Oh, he's taken it. He is taking it. Nope, he hasn't. Ferrari held its position pretty well. Drunken Monkey has fallen a bit back. Sri Watson 10 has considerably created a gap between him and Drunken Monkey. Issue there with Sick Nig. Definitely something to look at. Kind of connection problems. Let's look at this. Let's look at stops, tires. Okay, let's move up the grid. Let's see what our folks in the front. Nope. The lap has only increased between KDB and Rusty Unish. He's on a roll, KDB. Let's go on board with him. 11,000 plus RPM, 300 kph almost, and absolute carnage in the front of the grid. He is pushing, and given the fact that he is on the hard tires, gives him advantage to go to the very end of the race. He should be able to. His tires are 8 laps old, pretty well. Mediums, Rusty Nish is on the mediums, which are 6 laps old, but of course that 11-second gap between them, super huge. So for Rusty Nish to make that considerable climb is going to be difficult. Whereas when I look at Big Man Joe right there, he is falling considerably. He's a 21 seconds off the race leader, around almost 8 seconds off the P2 Rusty Nish. Okay, Fura into the pits. Another pit change for Fura. He's coming out the pits. He's going to be met by Thor. And yep, Thor takes the position. Thor takes P14. Fura has to settle for P15. Let's take a look at the midfielders. What's happening with Gouts? Gouts has been completely on his own, folks. He's been on his own throughout. He hasn't had much of wheel-to-wheel action. He has climbed up the grid at certain moments, for sure. Possibly, maybe, a bunch of new drivers. He's new to this. Let's see how he goes. Apparently, he has an S rating in safety, so he's a fair play driver. He plays fairly. I can vouch for him. Vix 356, who has had quite a few fights on grid today. Big Man Joe's not closing the gap. I don't see any difference in the front runners. Huge gap to Big Man Joe by Seturam C. Drunken Monkey also way off. Drunken Monkey and Sri Watson 10 have been fighting for quite some time, and let's move on because Drunken Monkey's taken a jump on the Ferrari. Yep. Ooh, goes onto the grass a little bit back there. We're on board Drunken Monkey. Had a chat with him prior to the race. He said, can you do something for me? And I said, who are you, man? And he said, yeah, I'm Drunken Monkey. I was like, oh, okay, you're the monkey. Okay, there's a close fight there back there. Sicknig and Srivatsan. On board Srivatsan, let's take a look. Oh, he gets a jump on him. Sicknig into the fight, tries undercut. Nope, doesn't happen. Tries the inside line. Did not happen. Nope, didn't work. The Ferrari is just steaming ahead. But Sicknig's going to try again. Sicknig's going to try again. Oh, he's off. Someone's off back there. Someone's off. Yep, it's Drunken Monkey. It's Drunken Monkey. What happened? What happened back there, Drunken Monkey? Oof. Oh, no. It's Thunderbird. It's Thunderbird into the pits. Okay, it's Thunderbird into the pits. That was Drunken Monkey who went off back there. Okay, wide view. That's the pit stop. Thunderbird into the pits. New tires. What's he have? Softs. He's on the softs. New wing as well. Softs, okay. We can expect a stronger charge by Thunderbird. Hopefully up the grid, possibly the top 5. You don't know. Back there I see, I'm guessing that's Rocketman who's gonna lap. Yep, he's gonna lap Thunderbird. Is it Rocketman? Nope, it was Big Man Joe who just lapped Thunderbird. Yep. And he's gonna try and unlap himself. Yep. Thunderbird's going to try and unlap himself. Big Man Joe on a roll. He isn't able to close the gap to Rusty Nish. Let's take a look at the front runners. Rusty Nish all by himself. Big Man Joe nowhere to be seen. Oh, is there? Yep. We are racing at Albert Park, folks. And considerably Thor with 3 stops. Not bad, holding on to P13. Furo back into the pits. This is Furo's 3rd stop. Unreal. See tires, hard tires, KDB significantly ahead. His hard tires aren't as worn out as Big Man Joe's, so that shouldn't be a threat considering both of them are on the hards. Rusty Nish is the one in the most convenient position, but he needs to close that gap. He needs to close that 12-second gap to KDB, which he hasn't. It's only been increasing for the past couple of laps, and there's only 8 laps to go. But folks, anything's possible with the back markers, the midfield, as well as the front runners, sorry. Let's take a look at Sethuram C, who's been, according to me, the wild card in this race. He has considerably made positions. Yep, as you can see, 3 positions all the way from the midfield up into a possible front runner position. Let's see how it goes for him. Let's take a closer look. How's he doing the laps? Pushing. Perfecto, Sethuram. Let's go. Let's do this. He's pushing real hard. Like you can see, Sicknig is the most convenient driver today, and I say that even though it doesn't make any sense, because he has gone up 6 places, which is an incredible job for him. Oh, he's dropping some issue there. Let's take a look. Oh, he's wheel to wheel. Drunken Monkey and Rocky Man touch. They touch. What is happening? He pushed. Drunken Monkey's off. That was a shunt. I'm glad I caught, but super disappointing for Drunken Monkey. He has already lost. It's been carnage for him this race. He's gone back all the way to the back of the grid. He's climbed up. He's had an incredible wheel to wheel. This race has been absolutely astounding for him. It'll be incredible if he can make it to the top 5 where he qualified. Let's take a look at Sicknig, who just shunted Drunken Monkey and went up the grid. Okay, folks, we are on board with Sicknig, who Drunken Monkey got the jump. What is happening? Okay, Drunken Monkey's in the lead. It was the Rocket Man and Drunken Monkey. Apologies, folks. Drunken Monkey's into the pits. He's gonna change the tires. He was on the hards. Let's see which tire he puts on. preferably the softs, considering there's only 7 laps to go. We're in pits. Oh, yep, it's the softs. Yep, it is the softs. We are gonna see a possible front runner position for Drunken Monkey. Let's see what happens. It'll be astounding considering earlier in the race he was a backmarker. He was actually way beyond P12. Let's take a look at the front markers right now. Rusty Nish has fallen, has lost pace incredibly, even though he has a better tire. Oh, they're going wheel to wheel. Let's take a look. Rusty Nish has he's into the pits. Issues with the car. He's fighting with the car. Into the pits. Big Man Joe's up into P2. Let's take a look at his pit stop. The Ferrari is in the pits. He switches to softs. Will he get a jump on Setu Ramsey, or will Setu Ramsey get the jump on him? What's gonna happen? Nope, Rusty Nish can't make it. Can his teammate? Will he beat his teammate though? Okay, yeah. Yep, he got a considerable gap. He should be able to come out way before his teammate. Yep, he's off, and we can see his teammate way at the back. Setu Ramsey, the wild card, like I said, ladies and gentlemen. It's incredible that he's made this climb. He's made a 4-position climb in this race. He is on a one-stop strategy. He is on the hard tires, just like the front runners KDB and Big Man Joe. This is going to be incredible. I don't think KDB is going to lose that position unless he makes a mistake in the next 5 laps. 6 laps, in fact. Rusty Nish has considerable places to gain. He's almost a minute off the race leader. Trying to close that gap, your race pace needs to be incredible. You have to cut through corners. Perfecto laps need to be put in. Let's see if he can do it. He's pushing, but the gap just keeps becoming bigger. Setu Ramsey, indeed incredible for him. And let's take a look at Drunken Monkey, who is on the softs. It's going to be, he's coming out of the pits. He went back in. Issues for sure. I was expecting Drunken Monkey to be in the mix in the top 5. Ferrari, as a team, is going to get a convenient result if both Rusty Nish and Srivatsan push as much as they can. Oh, safety car. Safety car deployed. Why? Safety car. Oh, Big Man just Setu Ramsey all into the pits. Safety car has completely changed the race, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a closer look. It's gonna push the grid closer. We are gonna have this changes everything, ladies and gentlemen. I am pumped. KDB won't be happy with this. This pushes the grid closer. Depending on how long the safety car will be out. Incredible. This is something I had completely forgotten about. Let's look at what is the climb in positions. Right now, Rocket Man's up into P5. Setu Ramsey pitted, and he is down into P6. I'm guessing everyone's on the softs. Yes, all the front runners switched from hard to softs. It's gonna be an insane last 5 laps. I'm guessing, yep, last 5 laps. Oh my god, Rusty Nish is only 2 seconds off the race leader. That huge gap of 20 seconds was closed in because of the safety car that was deployed due to an incident I unfortunately couldn't witness because I was stuck onto certain drivers, which comes to my next point. Viewers, anybody, if you'd like to join in for the commentary, if you'd like to join in with the management, feel free to do so. We at Bwoah Racing League, as well as RoadRunnerRacingCo Esports, have all the space for anybody who's passionate about motorsport in general. Big Man Joe's gap is closing as well. Only 5 seconds off the race leader, which means around 4 seconds off Rusty Nish. They're all heating up their tires. They're getting ready to go. This is gonna be insane. Look at the look at the grid, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's coming closer. I'm pretty sure in a few seconds, a couple of the cars are gonna be allowed to unlap themselves. Lapping and unlapping themselves basically means the front runners have completed one complete lap. Oh, Rusty Nish is falling. Rusty Nish is falling. What's happening? What's happening? Okay, doesn't matter. They're going to be messing around a bit since it's safety car. Rocketman 3, he has to give way to Big Man Joe, I'm sure. Srivatsan 10 was also in the mix. Four laps of absolute carnage awaits. Let's take a look at the back markers. Possibly the midfield can get the jump. They're all super close. They're all heating up their tires. Someone got a 5-second penalty there. We'll take a look at it at the end of the race. What a race it's been. I've enjoyed it truly. Couldn't get most of the intense moments. Rocketman having issues. Rocketman's got issues. Let's take a look. I think the safety car is going to go in this lap. Nope, not yet. Thunderbird unlapping himself. Thunderbird disqualified from session for ignoring yellow flag. Srivatsan 10, 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. Ladies and gentlemen, that's something you got to pay attention to. He's pushing up. KDB is the safety car didn't go in. Safety car didn't go in. Severe collision with Drunken Monkey. What's happening with UK and UK's AI? And Drunken Monkey is down to P11. Thunderbird in P10. Let's look at KDB behind the safety car. I don't want to say that these guys are going to end the race behind the safety car, because if that's the case, you're going to be looking at KDB winning the race and Rusty Nish P2, Rocketman in P3. Where is Big Man Joe? He's gone P6. What's happened? Disaster for Big Man Joe to be down in P6 is not ideal. His teammate Rocketman, who is nowhere to be seen, is up in the podium positions. Penalties take and have this effect on you. It takes a toll. That's why clean racing is. Rusty Nish takes the lead under safety car. That's not allowed, so he has to give that position back. Unless, what's happening with KDB? Oh, KDB has issues. He's stalling in first gear. Rocketman 5-second penalty, severe collision with Srivatsan 10. What is happening? What is happening, folks? Rusty Nish. Oh, there's parts all over the place. The grid is squeezed. Everybody's getting penalties. As I said, as I predicted, carnage in Albert Park. Absolute carnage in Albert Park. They're on tires. Let's finish off with the position change. That's Rusty Nish up 2 positions. Let's take a look. Vix 356. Everybody's getting, every race directors on a free flow. He is handing out penalties for everyone. Incompetent drivers. Good sesh. 3 laps to go. Is the safety car going to end? No message from the race control yet, so we don't know. Right now, Rusty Nish in. What happened to Srivatsan 10? Sethuram C18. With all the penalties being handed out and all the time adjustments being made, Sethuram C18, as I predicted, I knew this would happen. The way he drove, he's up in the podium positions. Is the safety car going in? Yes, safety car is off and everybody's pushing hard. Let's see what is happening in the front of the grid. Rusty Nish is fighting with his teammate Srivatsan 10. Sethuram C18 right behind them. They're all close. It's the top 6 all going wheel to wheel, 1 point or the other. Let's take a look at KDB. KDB, the race leader, has glitch. They're touching hard. Oh my god, the wheel to wheel. Watson and KDB, not something you want to see. A lot of glitches going on. Setu Ramsey up into P2. He's going to take the dive to Rusty Nish. Can Rusty Nish hold that position? He's fighting. He is desperately trying to hold that position. Everyone's in with softs. Yep, considerably. Each one of the front runners are in softs except Srivatsan 10 who's on hards. Sethuram C takes P2 for now. Provisional P2 right now. 2 laps to go. Takes it back in spectacular fashion. Nope, KDB's desperately fighting. The top 3 are going wheel to wheel at one point or the other. This is incredible. Rusty Nish desperately trying to hold on to his position. Yellow flag in sector 3. Lap number 28. 2 laps to go. They're close. They're close. The whole grid is close. Anything is possible. Drunken Monkey in P11. Big Man Joe's rose up to P5. Oh, there's debris on track. Oh, he's off. He's off. That's Rocket Man. That's Rocket Man. He's off. He's off. Unfortunate. He reset himself. Could incur a penalty for sure. Big Man Joe fighting with Srivatsan 10. He wants his position back as a front runner. He wants to get into the mix. He wants a podium here in Australia. Let's take a look. Srivatsan 10, unexpected, completely unexpected. If Ferrari both make it into the podium positions, it's going to be incredible. Sector 1 and 2, yellow flag. Sethuram C18. Ooh, there was fighting there. They're fighting there. Big Man Joe and Srivatsan 10. They are going wheel to wheel. D Avocado in the back of the grid, getting a 3-second time penalty. Not ideal in this point of the race. Drunken Monkey just set the fastest lap in the Sport Pesa Racing Point F1 team car. Rusty Nish is desperately trying to hold on to his position. Srivatsan 10, his teammate, also holding on to the position. Big Man Joe giving it his all. Let's take a look at what's happening in front. Rusty Nish will start the final corner of the Australian GP. Can he hold on to it? First turn, clean. It's just one clean lap for the Ferrari to make sure he gets this win. His teammate is not far behind. If his teammate does considerably close that gap, which is quite hard since he's almost 4 seconds off. Is he slowing down? Okay, no. The gap exists. Sethuram C, absolute incredible performance. KDB, very unfortunate from race leader all the way down to P3. Big Man Joe, another unfortunate incident because he was in the mix. In turn 1, he made that perfect dive on KDB and took the race lead too. Wix 356, considerable overhaul. Gouts in the midst of all this carnage. Gouts has climbed up to P7, which is incredible for him. Rocky Man, who was in the top 3, is going off. There's issues. Thunderbird, Sicknig into the pits in the last lap. He's coming out of the pits. Let's go up. The front runners should be coming into the last corner soon. Sethuram C has lost it. He's lost it. He's going to lose positions. He's lost it. Sethuram C, disaster. Disaster in the last lap for him. All the way from P2. He's going to go down to P5. Last corner. Rusty Nish takes it. KDB is nowhere to be seen. Rusty Nish, winner of the Australian GP P1. KDB took P1? What's happening? There was an error. Time penalties. Srivatsan in P3. Okay, the penalties are being handed out right now. KDB in P1. He solidifies his pole to win record. Sethuram, he still makes a P3. Really unfortunate. I thought Rusty Nish finished this race in a win, but the gap wasn't enough. Penalties accumulated. Let's go down the grid. The boys finishing in. Drunken Monkey will come in P10. Sicknig in P11, hopefully, unless something happens again. Anything is possible. We saw Sethuram lose it, but still, he could have, with the penalties and everything, maybe he could have, gotten a possible higher up the grid position. But Drunken Monkey P10, Sicknig finishes P11. That is the grid, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. What a race. Absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. I honestly enjoyed this KDB. What a performance. Positioned his car incredibly well. And the driver showing off in formation. Well done, KDB. Alfa Romeo takes the win in Australia, followed by Ferrari in P2, as well as Seth Ramsey in the Haas in P3. Wonderful. Enjoyed, KDB. Good one. Well done. That puts them in the lead in the constructors standings. We'll take a look at it now. Yeah, enjoy the champagne, boys, even if it's digital. Had a good one. We'll see you probably in the Instagram live of the fastest lap with the fastest lap setup. Let's take a look at that right now. In fact, beautiful podium. What a race! What a race! I'm still filled with joy. That last moment I thought Rusty Dish was the winner. No, I'm at lots of words. Okay, guys, let's take a look at the standings. KDB in front, Rusty Dish P2, Sethram C18, incredible drive. P3, Sri Watson P4, Biggs 356 P5, Big Man Joe P6, really unfortunate. Thunderbird P7, he had a couple of shunts. Gouts, in my opinion, well done. P8, P9 Rocketman, P10 Drunken Monkey, who in the Racing Point. Sick Nick McLaren almost had it but couldn't figure out strategy well enough. And Thor in the Red Bull Racing P12, P13 Mercedes AMG, P14 Fura McLaren, and so on. The rest of them are definitely AIs. The Avocado wasn't an AI. P16, well done to you too. You finished the race. Let's take a look at a little more. Let's dive down into the specifics, if they would let me. Either way, what a race. What a race. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us, folks. That was the end of the Australian GP. Go to our Instagram page. You will be able to watch me interview the fastest lap holder and possibly move on to, of course, having the post-race press conference, post-race chat, like we like to call it. Cheers, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Bwoah Racing League. Cheers.